Hello everyone. In this video we will be making an introduction to decimal numbers. We'll just be talking about the very basics of decimal numbers just so that we can remember what we've talked about in class. So decimal numbers have a comma to the left of the comma, so on this side. We have the integral part. So let's say I have something like 3 and 1. That would be 13. So that would be, you can imagine 13 whole things, like 13 whole apples or 13 whole cakes, let's say. And on this side of the comma to the right is the decimal part. The decimal part is not a complete thing. It is a part of a thing. So let's say I have 4 here. So that would be 13.4. What that would mean is that I would have, let's say I have 13.4 apples. What that means is that I have 13 whole apples and 4/10 of one apple. So that's part of an apple. It's not a whole thing. The basic thing that you need to remember about decimal numbers is that to the left of the comma, to the immediate left of the comma, I have my ones. To their left, of course, that's where the ones we have the tens. And then it would go hundreds, thousands, and so on and so forth. To the right of the comma, I have the tenths. Let's say we have here, it's not just 4, let's say it's 13.457. let's just say. After the tenths, I have the hundredths, and then I have the thousandths. So, in Greek, that would be dekades, monades, δέκατα, εκατοστά, χιλιοστά. So, for example, if I were to ask you how many thousandths does this number have, you would go to the comma and then 1, 2, 3 places to the right. Oh, there's a 7 here, so it has 7 thousandths. Okay? If I give you this number, and I ask you how many tenths does it have? Well, the tenths are one spot to the right of the comma, so it has 5/10. And if I asked you how many hundredths does it have, the hundredths are 2 spots to the right. Well, there's nothing 2 spots to the right of this comma, so that means that there's a 0 that I can't see. It's invisible. It doesn't matter. I don't have to write it. But it is there. So if someone were to ask me, how many hundredths does 4.5 have? I would say 0. Now, how do we compare two decimal numbers? Let's say I have numbers 82.3 and 8.23. How do I compare these two numbers? Let's say I want to find which one of these is bigger. Step 1 is I look at the part that's in front of the comma. So 82 and 8, and to compare which is more. Well, 82 is obviously a lot more than 8, so 82.3 is more than 8.23. And I don't care what's going on after the comma. It doesn't matter. But what if the part that's in front of the comma is the same? Like, what if I have 9.45 and 9.7. Well, here I have a 9 in front of the comma here, and then another 9. So they're equal. What I do if the integral parts are equal is I look at the number that is to the immediate right of the comma, so in the 10th place. So here and here, and I compare them. I don't care about what's going on here. This could simply not exist. I wouldn't mind, because all I care about, all I'm comparing is this one number to this one number. Whatever is going on to the right does not matter right now. Okay, so 9.7, so 7 is more than 4, so I would say that 9.7 is more than 9.45. What if they are also the same? So here, my example, let's say that I had, instead of, let me just erase this. Instead of 9.7, let's say that I had something along the lines of 9.48. Like this. Well, again, I compare this 4 with this 4, but they're the same. So what I do is I just move on to the next digit because they're equal. I move to the next digit to the right, here. And I compare them here and here. I compare the 5 with the 8. The 5 is less than the 8, so 9.48 is more. What happens if I have something like this? Let's say I have on one side, 5.4. On the other side, I have 5.43. I compare the 5 with the 5, they're the same. I compare the 4 with the 4, and they're the same. So now I need to move on to the next digit to the right. But the problem is, this has a 3, but this one doesn't have anything here. There's nothing here. And as we said before, it's like there's an invisible 0 that I don't have to write, but is there. It exists. So here, where I need to compare 3 to something, I put it back in and I compare 0 to 3. And of course, 3 is more than 0, so 5.43 is more than 5.4. And that's basically all you need to know for your introduction to decimal numbers. Hope you have a good weekend and see you on Monday.